Welcome to the Beer Monster Reviews, and it's Beer Monster O'Clock. And today I've got a beer from Lidl. Kind of, again, looking at the sort of cost of living crisis thing going on, trying to find some good cheap beers and that. This one is sold exclusively at Lidl's only. And it is by Down South Brewing. And it is the US of IPA. When I first see this can, I was reading it and there's no, I thought it just said us of IPA. I'm thinking, what? But yeah, it's US of IPA. But it's called brewed in Britain. It says modern craft IPA. £1.19 this was. So yeah, I'm not expecting a miracle or anything, but is it drinkable? Let's find out, I suppose. 330ml can, this one. 5.5% ABV, so it's, for that price, it's a decent strength, isn't it? But it needs to taste good, doesn't it? Right, let's get it in the glass. Let me know if you've tried this particular offering from Lidl, guys, and what you think of it in the comments, so we can all compare each other's thoughts on this beer. That does not look like an IPA. Look at that, guys. Look how dark that is. It's like a dark amber colour, like coppery sort of tinge to it. It looks very dark for an IPA. It might just be me, I don't know. It looks like a red IPA or an amber ale. Interesting. It's got sort of a slightly tanned head, which seems to be dissipating rather quickly. Medium levels of carbonation going up the glass. It looks a bit crap, doesn't it? In the looks department, it's not really a looker for me. Right, let's get the nose in there and check out the aroma of this cheap Lidl IPA thing. It smells like an amber ale as well. Definitely quite malty and citrusy, like getting some sort of grapefruit in here. A little bit piney as well. Like a sweet malt. I think it might be caramel malt or toffee malt. It doesn't smell that bad, if I'm honest. It's quite a strong aroma, like for the price. It smells a bit like quite well hopped, I suppose. But yeah, a bit concerned about the colour of it, and just that head is buggered right off back to Lidl. Anyway, let's chuck it down the neck and see what she tastes like. That's the important thing, isn't it? Saying in my glass there. Cheers, everybody. Bosh. Nah. That is lingering like a mofo, that is. That is proper lingering, that bit. The first impressions of this one is it's bitter. It's very, very, very bitter. And I love bitter beers like West Coast IPAs and stuff like that. But there's something about the bitterness in this which is, I don't know, it's just not particularly nice. It's really lingery. It's strong and lingery, and it's just, it's a bit, I don't know. I can appreciate a nice bitter IPA, but bitterness in this one ain't quite doing it for me, put it that way. Sort of light to medium bodied. Let's go again. I can't taste that much, if I'm honest, apart from a really strong, lingery grapefruit bitterness on the end. There's like a ton of like grapefruit zest and grapefruit in this on the end, which is really dominant in really dominant flavour. There's perhaps subtle little hints of this and that in there, but I'm struggling to pick anything up, if I'm honest. Oh. yeah, the start is all just a bit bland. That's a bit of like caramel malt. That bit in this is just messing up my taste buds completely. It's a really like astringent, nasty kind of. You've got like a bitterness, but it's like you've got a mouthful of lead or something at the same time, or copper. Kind of a little, it's like artificially, it tastes a bit artificial, you know what I mean? Something just don't taste quite right to me about this beer. It tastes cheap. It is cheap. It looks cheap. I mean, how I didn't mention anything about how crap that can looks, I don't know, but the can looks terrible, doesn't it? It looks awful. I know it's cheap, so they're cutting costs and that, but surely they can make the can look better than that. I don't know. The beer ain't much better either. It's just a massive citrusy explosion of bitterness, really. Not a lot else. There needs to be some sweetness or something in there, or some fruits or something to kind of lead up to that bitterness. So yeah, it's not really for me. Like I say, despite the fact that I do love a bit of beer, this one is not a bit of me. It's just something about the bitterness. It's an horrible bitterness, lingering, horrible bitterness that just won't go away. I will drink it. It's not like a sink jobber, but you know, perhaps, you know, some people they want a craft beer. This is all they can afford, so I don't want to like knock it too much, but I would, if possible, I would like spend a little bit more if I was you and pick up something different. Yeah, I'm gonna give it one more go. I go 4.5. 4.5 out of 10. And that might be being a bit kind, to be honest, because of it's only cheap, you know, and going there with low expectations. But I'd probably avoid this one, guys. But yeah, there's just nothing really going on apart from that massive bitterness, and it's just not nice, in my opinion. So let me know if you've tried this, if you like that bitterness on this beer. And thanks for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to the channel, and if you've already a subscriber, thanks very much. I appreciate you all. Until the next one, guys, bye bye, darlings.